Hey all, Fuzzy Bear Barbarian here again, and I've got another farming run for you in Marvel's Avengers. This one, head to the Utah Badlands and pick the Hulk mission, the iconic Hulk mission, Heart of the Monster. I'm going to do this on the hardest difficulty, though I recommend you do it on the easiest difficulty, which I'll elaborate on in a moment. First, just know I've cleared out my inventory so that you can see exactly what type of gear and artifacts that I do get from doing it. And the reason I say that is if you have a lucky run, you can get some gear, some legendary gear even, but ideally this mission you would run for resources, particularly comics and units and Uru, whatever the hell that is. This isn't as good a farming mission as the previous two Vault farming missions that I made videos on, but this is definitely more fun than those because you get to run around and have a good old time on the map, I guess. But you do get a lot of units and you do get a ton of resources. So, I mean, there are over 24 chests, maybe 25 on a good spawn run. So there's a lot of chests you'll get in a single run, which is pretty good. And once you get familiar with the run, like 24 to 25 chests you can do in about 16-17 minutes in a nice clean run. Bit faster even if you get familiar with where the chests are, so more than a chest a minute, which is pretty good. The only problem with this run though is you do have to go through this first room before the chest farming run starts. You have to fight all of these enemies. They're not terribly difficult if you've got a decent build, I guess, or if you're on easy level, they'll be super easy. But this is on the hardest difficulty. Shouldn't be too much of a drama though. Not with the Hulk build that I'm running, which is pretty good. If you haven't checked out my other two gear farming videos, if you're specifically farming for gear, like as in legendary gear or gear to equip to your 4 main slots, then I think the Vault farming method is better for that than this. But it depends on your luck. If you have a really good run with this, you can get plenty of gear. I've filled up all of my inventory slots doing 2 runs of this, so not too bad when you have a good run. But if you have a really crappy run, then yeah, not so good, but really good with units. You do this run and within 15 minutes you'll have well and truly over 1,000 extra units, not to mention other resources. I should also point out this farming run isn't an invention of mine. It comes from another YouTuber by the name of Diesel Weasel. I've iterated on Diesel Weasel's farming run slightly by finding a couple of extra spawn locations for chests that weren't included in his video, but this is 99% of the run he created, so a shout out to Diesel Weasel, and I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description so you can go and check out his other stuff. I said I'd elaborate on why I'm doing the hardest difficulty. You don't get higher power level gear on harder difficulties. Power level is dictated purely by randomness, not by the difficulty setting that you have the game on. However, apparently, according to the developers, the tier of gear that you have a chance at getting can increase, and the rarity of resources that you get, you have a higher chance at getting rarer resources. So if you have it on a higher difficulty, then you should get more legendaries, and if you have a higher difficulty, you should get rarer resources. I'm very skeptical on that after running a lot of these on a higher difficulty, but I thought I'd run this on a higher challenge difficulty and let you decide when you see the results at the end. My recommendation is, based on my experience, just run these on easy. Okay, so we've started the farming run. After exiting that train thing, go to the left and go down here. You'll see a cave. The chest will spawn either on this top ledge here, where I am now, or if not, it will spawn on this upper ledge up here. One of those 2 locations. Then once you've grabbed that, drop down, run around here. You'll see another cave on the left. The chest can spawn on the lower ledge, where it is right now. If it isn't there, it will spawn on the upper ledge. It will either be right here, or if it's not there, it will be right here. Next, keep running, and there's a vault to the left, so just keep going down here. I love jumping around as a Hulk, so I apologize if it's a little hard to follow with all the going up and down and the speed at which I'm going, but I just love doing this as the Hulk. So it's so much fun. So yeah, yep, drop down here and you'll find the access point for the vault here. Eventually. Vault opens. The vault contains 3 chests. There's always 3 chests in this vault. The location of the actual chests where they'll actually spawn will be different, but only slightly different per run. One can spawn right here. If it doesn't spawn right here, it will be in the room that I'll show you in a moment. This one always spawns here. It's always there. So from that one, go right, and you'll find the third one in here. If that first one we found in here wasn't there, then it will be probably in this room as well with this one, in one of the corners of the room. So once you've got 3 in here, you can exit the vault because there's only ever 3 chests in there. And after exiting the vault, just return the same way we came. And then what you want to do is hook to the left again and run, and there's a building just directly ahead where that icon has lit up. There's a couple of chests here. The first one is often through this glass wall. You can smash the glass. It's not always in there, but often it is. Then what you want to do is stand on this plate, then this plate, and there's often a chest near this plate in that room, so always look in that room to see if there's a chest. There isn't one right now, but there often is. Then you want to stand on this third plate, then jump across to the roof of the other building and stand on this last plate, and that will open up a gold chest room. You'll see it down there opening up. So there's a gold chest there. And then check in here. This also opened up. You can get in here through that vent on the right side that you can't see right now. But yeah, that just opens up when you open up the gold chest room, so you can grab that just before you leave. Then you want to hook up here. If you're a character that can break this door, then you can grab another chest. Poor old Captain America can't do this, which is why he's kind of sucky to solo with. But the Hulk can do it no problem. After that, hook to the right, and you'll find another 2 chests in here. The first, they're not always on this side. This one is. But the second chest, which is right here, sometimes appears on the other side of this room. So if it's not there, have a look up either on the bottom or up the top, up there. You'll have noticed probably so far that we're getting a lot of Uru and a lot of comic resources as well as units. This is particularly good for comic resources and units. I've noticed a lot of them. You'll get a lot of them. Alright, so you go around the side of this building and you hook up here. You can go around the other side of the building too if you want, but this is just the way I prefer to do it. There's usually a chest there or there. If it's not in either of those locations, then it will be over here. There's only one in here, and it will be in one of those 3 locations. From here, you want to exit, go past the turrets, jump up onto this next building's roof, and there's a chest here, and there's an enemy. He can come with us. Yep, let's take him with us. Let him moan away. So there's another chest usually up on this roof right here. If that chest is not there, no, you can keep coming with us. You're not getting away that easy. If that chest isn't there, then it will be either down here, or if you jump this fence, it will be in the corner here. One of those 3 spots. Ah, we've lost our companion. We'll grab another one later maybe. For now, you want to run in this building. You have to unlock this area with these buttons. One there, one here. I go and stand on the, about right here. So that way when you drop down, you don't automatically drop down onto the jump pad. That jump pad. And there's a silver chest in here. And there's a lot more resources you can grab along the way, like crates you can break too. I'm only breaking the ones that are pretty close, but there's plenty more to break if you want to. But if you're going to do this farming run over and over, you probably just do it the way I'm doing it at most, if you even want to stop to break them.
There is an elite AIM unit near you.
Breaking them is a good idea though, because you can get some extra resources to use to buy things. So often there's a chest right here. If it's not there, then you take this guy with you out of frustration. There's a chest here usually. If not, it will be here. And if you don't find it either on that lower bit or right here, then jump up another level and you'll find it here. Okay, so let's go back across here, and I will fight and defeat this high value target, because often they can drop some resources and gear. I don't really care about the resources and gear these guys can drop, so you might not want to fight them if you don't want to, because it can take some time. He's easy, but there's one later that takes a little bit more time. But sometimes they drop those polycorin resources, which are extremely rare, so I want to fight them to try and have a chance at that. So we have another gold chest right here, which you can obviously saw how easy it was to get to that. The next one, you want to go up here. It's on a platform overlooking the rocks. You can see it there. This one's always here. Once you've grabbed that, you can fall down. You'll see a cave on the lower left there. Go into the cave and you'll find another one up top. It's either on this platform, or if you jump across, it'll be on this platform. Drop back down. And now, if you jump over here and go down, often the chest can be here. If it doesn't spawn there, then you just climb up and it will spawn here above that spot. It can spawn in a couple of different spots right here, but if it does, it'll be either over there or, yeah, just look in that area. It will always be there. Then what you want to do is go all around to the left of this rock, and there is a chest in the distance. If you mark your objectives or look at your objectives, this one gets highlighted. Alright. Oh, we actually got a nameplate from that. I'm not sure if the higher tier gave me a better chance at getting a nameplate or not, but that's pretty cool. Alright, the next bit is a little trickier, or not really trickier. It's these houses. There's 3 possible spawn points for the chests here. One is right here. If that one does spawn there, the next 2 you won't spawn, but one can spawn there next to where that umbrella thing was, and the third can spawn down by this brick fence right here in the corner there. Now, none of those have spawned this time, and that means they've spawned on the rooftops of buildings, so we'll grab those chests at the end. For now, sometimes there will be a chest right here. There isn't, but that's alright, we'll move on. Now, this is a harder high value target. Takes a lot more damage on the highest difficulty. I wouldn't say this thing has a higher chance of dropping anything really, but I like to kill it because a couple of times it's dropped a polycorin resource for me on the harder difficulties, and since that's such a rare resource, I'm kind of willing to take the extra time to kill it. You may not want to do that, in which case your farming run will be much faster. This is probably the slowest part of the whole thing. But yeah, I always try to kill this thing, even if I'm doing it on easy difficulty, just to have a chance at getting that polycorin, because I've seen it drop it twice in like about 10 runs, which is still really shit RNG, but it's I don't see many polycorins drop at all when I'm playing, so yeah, I like to kill this thing if I can. And to be honest, it normally goes a lot faster than this. Usually its position is further back where the other enemies are all around it. And when you're the Hulk, you can use your L1 ability, your Bone Shaker ability, to pull a lot of heroic orbs out of those enemies, and then you can go all heroic on this thing and kill it really quickly. But because it's spawned over here, there's no extra orbs for me, so it's just taking a lot of pummeling to do. Alright, he dropped absolutely nothing. So like I said, it can be worthless doing that, but yeah, it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. You probably won't, but I still do. Okay, for the next chest, we move along, and you will have a chance at getting it right here. If it's not there, you'll find it here, and if it's not here, if it's not in either of those 2 spots, then jump off the building down here and you'll find it next to this door. Now, I said that when the house chests aren't there, that there's a good chance that they'll be on the rooftops. I know where they are, but if you're not sure, you can jump up on this high building here and just look around, and you can spot them on the rooftops. There's one over there, you can see it, and you can see one on that brown building on the left. So just wanted to show you that. So if you're having trouble finding the rooftop ones, that's how you can see them. Just get on the highest rooftop. So there's the first one we saw from that rooftop, and we'll go to the next one. And these typically aren't there if the chests have spawned in the houses. And that's the last one. So I think that's like 24 or 25 chests. It's pretty good number of chests to get in 16 minutes. So head back to the Quinjet and we'll have a look at what we got. That was a pretty crappy run though. I didn't have a lot of luck, and considering that was on the highest difficulty, I'm not really sure how much that benefited me. I would say almost not at all, and if it did, then it's such a small difference that it's probably not worth doing. But, you know, it's not that hard to do once you're leveled up, so I always do it on the highest difficulty anyway. So yeah, we didn't get much gear. There's better ways of farming gear, which is those vault methods that I've previously posted. We did get not a lot of everything else, a few resources, but we did get over almost 1,400 units, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty good unit farm. And we also got that nameplate, so that's also pretty cool. But 24 chests, you should have better luck with that, especially if you equip some minor artifacts that allow you a higher percent chance of getting things out of chests. That can help too. I didn't do that. But hopefully you'll have more luck than I did in this run. I've had more luck than I did in this run many times. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this farming run. I hope it helps you out in some way, especially if you're farming units. If it did, please like and subscribe, and then go and do it for yourself and let me know what you think. Catch you later.